Welcome to Faith and Freedom. For the next few minutes, we hope to inform, inspire, and encourage you as we discuss the legal victories and challenges to your fundamental freedoms and religious liberties. Faith and Freedom comes to you from Liberty Counsel, a civil liberties education and legal defense organization. Join us now as Matt Staver, the President and General Counsel of Liberty Counsel, explains the latest legal issues all across this country in the courtrooms of America. Liberty Counsel is winning the battle for your constitutional freedoms.
Publishing company places warning label on the United States Constitution. I'm Matt Barber, Director of Cultural Affairs at Liberty Counsel and Associate Dean with Liberty University School of Law, in for Matt Staver today. And joining me in studio is Sean Akers, Professor of Law with the Law School and Policy Analyst with Liberty Counsel. Well, Sean, file this under, you have got to be kidding me, a publishing company, Wilder Publications, who puts out the Declaration of Independence and the United States Constitution in a small booklet, has been publishing a disclaimer, a warning label on the Constitution. And now, we're not talking about this today as much to single out this silly publishing company, Wilder Publications, W-I-L-D-E-R Publications, and as much as to point out how this is a mindset that has taken root with the secular left, with the neo-Marxist left, with people like President Obama, Nancy Pelosi, Harry Reid, people who are sworn to defend and protect the United States Constitution, loathe the Constitution and the restrictions it places on their ambitious agenda to achieve despot level power and authority over we the people. Well, we the people are pushing back. But listen to this disclaimer that Wilder Publications has placed on, again, the Declaration of Independence and the United States Constitution. It says, quote, "This book is a product of its time and does not reflect the same values as it would if it were written today. Parents might wish to discuss with their children how views on race, gender, sexuality, ethnicity, and interpersonal relations have changed since this book was written before allowing them to read this classic work." This classic work, as if they're talking about, Huckleberry Finn, and references, to the salty and racist language that was used in the time. This is our United States Constitution and the Declaration of Independence we're talking about. They're referring to it as a classic work that does, quote, "does not reflect the same values as it would if it were written today." That is the classic interpretation of the Constitution that says it is a living, breathing document that is not really applicable to today, and so we can change the Constitution to be whatever we say it is.
To put a parental warning, Matt, on the United States Constitution, to treat it like it's a piece of hip-hop music that contains language you don't want your children to hear is absurd, but it is also very revealing. You see, Matt, when folks in power maintain that power a lot by telling folks what to be afraid of. And what they're telling you to be afraid of right now is the American Constitution. They're telling you that there's something in this that you might not want your children to read because it could harm them. That's what a disclaimer and a warning like this is for. They've literally put a poison pill warning on the birth document of the United States of America, the Declaration of Independence, and the governing document of the United States of America, the Constitution, to say if your children read this without you explaining to them that we are much wiser than this now, that it may do them harm. Well, Matt, whatever Wilder's thinking here, they've clearly lost any sort of grasp on reality. These documents are the ones that started and gave form to the greatest, most prosperous nation the world has ever known. When you and I have talked, and you've repeatedly said that we've used the word Orwellian in the past. Oh, yeah. And that it's always been hyperbole. It's not now.
No.
When the Declaration of Independence...
to say something is Orwellian, that were hyperbole and an exaggeration used to make a point. Sean, that ship has sailed. We are actually in a time where this type of Orwellian interpretation of the United States Constitution is represented in the minds of people in positions of power, the very people who are our highest leaders. Sean, you mentioned Wilder Publications losing a grasp on reality here. This is their reality. This is the reality that the left lives in, that the Constitution doesn't really matter. In fact, that the Constitution represents an encumbrance to elitist power and control over the proletariat, the masses that don't know what's good for them. This is pure neo-Marxism, pure socialism, and so what people in positions of authority are doing, people like President Obama, is they're just ignoring the Constitution, going around it. You know, this unconstitutional health care bill that passed, that was rammed through Congress, for instance. They don't care that it's unconstitutional. They're going to do it anyway. Wilder Publications, not only have they lost a grasp on reality, they have lost all credibility now with this disclaimer. Let's break it down, though, here, Sean. Again, the first sentence. This book is a product of its time and does not reflect the same values as it would if it were written today. This book, the Constitution, is a product of its time and does not reflect the same values as it would if it were written today. Sean, it is mind-boggling